You're not joking, right? A premium VIP requires 5 million? James looked stunned. Exactly. Why don't you just rob us? Florence was getting flustered and angry. Thankfully, she held back from paying just in time. Otherwise, her card might have maxed out. These are the rules set by our boss. If you think it's too expensive, you can downgrade to a regular VIP. The waiter replied calmly. Then, how much does a regular VIP cost? Florence asked cautiously. Recharge 1 million, and you'll become a regular VIP. The waiter explained. 1 million? That's still a lot. We're just here for a meal. It can't possibly cost that much. Can't you cut us a break? I'll tip you extra later. Florence frowned. Had she known the Cloud Top restaurant was this pricey, she wouldn't have chosen it at all. Sorry, we only serve VIPs. The waiter maintained a professional smile. Hey! Why are you so stubborn? Call your manager. I want to speak with him directly. Florence snapped. Apologies, our manager is currently attending to 3 distinguished guests and is unavailable. The waiter's smile began to fade. You! Florence was momentarily speechless in anger. Mom, maybe we should just go somewhere else? James suggested tentatively. Cloud Top restaurant was nice, sure, but way too expensive. We're already here. If we leave now, people will just laugh at us. Florence shot him a glare. Aunt Florence, how about I handle it? At this moment, Matt Laney walked up with a smile, elegantly taking out a gold card and handing it to the waiter. I'm a gold VIP here. All expenses can be discounted 20%. Gold VIP? Florence was stunned. How much does that require? Not much, just 10 million. Matt said with a slight smile. 10 million? Florence and James widened their eyes in disbelief. Was that a joke? 10 million not much? They'd always thought they were already pretty well off, but compared to Matt, they were nothing. Esteemed guests, please come in. After checking the card, the waiter's attitude instantly became enthusiastic. Let's go in. Matt made a gentlemanly gesture to invite them in. Humph! Look at that! My cousin Matt is a gold VIP. You really judged wrong, didn't you? After glaring at the waiter, James strutted inside with arrogance. Florence felt even more dignified, walking in with her head held high and chin raised. Just then, Dustin suddenly stepped out of a private room. He was on his way to the restroom and happened to run into the group. Huh! Dustin, what are you doing here? James frowned, clearly displeased. He still hadn't forgotten about the slap he got a while ago. If you can be here, why can't I? Dustin said calmly. Ha! Can you even compare to us? We're gold VIPs. James scoffed. Exactly. Only VIPs are allowed here. Even the lowest tier costs 1 million. Do you even have that kind of money? Florence sneered. I don't have 1 million, that's true. Dustin didn't deny it. He didn't have money in his pocket, but getting it wouldn't be hard. Then what are you doing here? Get out. Don't bring down our status. James looked at him in disgust. Right. You should look in the mirror and know your place. Do you think a fancy restaurant like this is for people like you? Florence mocked. Hey! You there! Come over and throw this guy out. He's ruining our dining experience. James waved to a nearby waiter, ready to kick Dustin out. Sorry, this gentleman is also our guest, the waiter said with a polite smile. So what? We're gold VIPs. He's not as important as us. I'm ordering you, get him out now. James barked. The waiter looked troubled. What? Gold VIP doesn't mean anything here? With this kind of service, don't blame me for filing a complaint. Florence threatened. Sorry, but we don't operate that way, the waiter said helplessly. Humph. If you can't make the call, then bring your manager out. Exactly. I want to see whether your manager thinks this pauper is more important, or a gold VIP like us. Florence and James were completely out of line, flaunting their gold VIP status as if they ruled the place. Even nearby diners started casting unfriendly glances at them. Faced with their aggressive demands, the waiter didn't dare say more and quickly went to get the manager. What are you two doing? At that moment, Dahlia walked in. When she saw Dustin, she was surprised. What are you doing here? Eating, of course. What else? Dustin shrugged. This place isn't cheap. Dahlia reminded him. What, you don't think I can afford it either? Dustin raised an eyebrow. I didn't mean that. Just as Dahlia was about to explain, the waiter returned with the restaurant manager. I'm the manager here. What seems to be the problem? He asked. Manager, perfect timing. There's a guy here who snuck in. I'm ordering you to throw him out now. James said arrogantly. Sir, there must be a misunderstanding. We have strict entry control. No one sneaks in. The manager replied. I said he did. And let me warn you, we're gold VIPs. If you don't want trouble, you'd better listen to me. That's right. He's ruining our mood. No matter what, you must throw him out. Backed by their VIP status, Florence and James showed no restraint at all. The manager asked cautiously. May I ask who it is you're talking about? Him. James pointed at Dustin. The manager looked carefully, and his face instantly darkened. Sir, you'd better not cause trouble here. What? You dare defy me? We're gold VIPs. James shouted again, as if that phrase was his only weapon. The manager simply sneered. Gold VIP? Even if the King of Heaven himself were here, it wouldn't matter. This man, he's the owner of Cloud Top Restaurant. At those words, the entire room fell silent. What? Boss? James was completely stunned, unable to react for a moment. You're kidding, right? How could he possibly be the boss? Florence also looked utterly incredulous. Why not? You snobs with your eyes on top of your heads. I've never seen guests act this arrogant, trying to outshine the host, the manager said coldly. Back in the private room, he had seen it all clearly. The former owner, Wang Dong, had officially transferred the entire Cloud Top restaurant to Dustin. No way. This guy's dirt poor. Where'd he get the money to buy a restaurant? James was utterly shocked. Where I got the money is none of your business. All you need to know is that this restaurant belongs to me now, which means I'm the only one who can kick you out, Dustin said calmly. The moment he said this, both Florence and James looked like they'd swallowed something foul. Just moments ago, they had tried to show off in front of Dustin by flaunting their VIP status. Who could have guessed that he'd suddenly turn into the actual owner of the restaurant? This was a brutal slap in the face. Mr. Dustin, shall we throw these troublemakers out? The manager asked. No need. They're guests, after all. Since they're golden VIPs, we should treat them well. Send them a bottle of wine on me, Dustin said indifferently. Yes, sir. The manager nodded respectfully. What's he so proud of? He only climbed up by relying on a woman. Exactly. Just a useless pretty boy living off women. What's so great about that? Florence and James muttered in a low voice, clearly unconvinced. No need for the wine. A gentleman doesn't accept charity. Just then, Matt suddenly spoke up. His handsome features, refined demeanor, and charming smile made several nearby women's hearts flutter. Florence perked up and immediately boasted. Let me tell you something, Dustin. Matt just came back from studying abroad. He's from a prestigious family and incredibly talented. He's 100 times better than you. That's right. With your tiny bit of wealth, you're not even fit to shine his shoes. James chimed in. With Matt's arrival, they instantly regained the face they had just lost. So what if Dustin bought a restaurant? He still relied on a woman to get there. How could he compare to someone from a true noble background? You flatter me, Auntie Florence. I just got lucky, that's all. Matt gave a modest smile, though a trace of arrogance lingered in his expression. See that? Look at his manners and attitude. Then look at you. That's the difference, Florence said, emboldened by Matt's presence. Dustin couldn't be bothered to argue and simply replied. Enjoy your meal. I won't be joining you. Excuse me. With that, he turned to leave. Wait. Dahlia suddenly took a few steps forward and asked, Is this restaurant really yours? Where did you get all that money? I didn't have the money. A friend gave it to me, Dustin replied. A friend? Don't tell me it was Natasha Harmon? Dahlia frowned slightly, a trace of jealousy in her tone. Who it was is none of your concern, Ms. Dahlia. You should focus on drinking and chatting with your old classmate. Dustin snorted and walked off. You! Dahlia opened her mouth, slightly irritated. It was just a dinner, and her mother and brother were both there. Was he really that petty? Such a small-minded man. Back in the private room, Dustin sat down with a gloomy expression. He wasn't even sure why, but seeing Dahlia and Matt together had really annoyed him. Matt was good-looking, rich, and refined. They had almost ended up together once. It was only natural to feel uneasy. What bothered him most was Dahlia's ambiguous attitude, which left him completely unable to figure her out. "Mr. Dustin, what's with the long face? You look like someone owes you money," Natasha teased from the side. "It's nothing. Just ran into a few acquaintances outside," Dustin said with a forced smile. "Acquaintances? You mean Dahlia?" Natasha raised an eyebrow. "Yeah, her, and a guy named Matt." "Matt?" Natasha gave an knowing look. "Mr. Dustin, that guy's not simple. You know him?" Dustin was a little surprised. "Not personally, but I've heard of him." Natasha sipped her wine and smiled. "Matt is actually pretty famous among the rich ladies of South Province. He's a professional pretty boy. Handsome, refined, generous. Women love him." "What, are you interested in him too?" Dustin asked, testing her. "Ha! I don't go for those good-looking but useless pretty boys. Besides, with you around, what other man could possibly catch my eye?" Natasha blinked flirtatiously. Seeing Dustin too shy to respond, she smiled seductively. "Actually, Matt used to come from a decent background. But in recent years, his family fell on hard times, and now he's just a fallen noble. As they say, easy to go from rags to riches, hard to go from riches to rags. In order to maintain his lifestyle, Matt became a full-time pretty boy who scams women for a living. A lot of rich women in South Province have been scammed into bankruptcy by him. His usual trick is to use the money he swindles from one woman to lure in the next, like a financial nesting doll. Plus, he's incredibly manipulative. He has a way of making women feel like being scammed is a privilege. If he's set his sights on your ex-wife, you'd better be careful. She might not only lose her money and her body, but maybe even her life." Dustin frowned slightly. "So he's a con artist. In short, you should definitely watch out for him, or he might catch you off guard," Natasha warned. "Thanks for the heads up." Dustin nodded thoughtfully. "Mr. Dustin, you care so much about Dahlia. Don't tell me you still want to get back together with her?" Natasha's expression turned slightly melancholic. "I just don't want her to get hurt, that's all," Dustin denied, shaking his head. "Humph. You'd better not," Natasha curled her lips and declared boldly. "But even if you do still have feelings for her, I don't mind fighting for you. Any man I set my sights on, no one can steal him from me." After that, she lifted her chin in defiance, looking like a queen ready to claim her prize.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tied, destined for a lifetime, love with no end, love with no end. Staying in my imagination, memorizing the past time, the secrets, the love, the care, now they're echoes in the air. I still see your face in every place, feel your warmth, your gentle grace, but now there's just an empty space, and I'm lost in this endless chase. Keeping you in my heart, a piece of you I'll never let go. Though distance brings separation, in